Hello, I am Dr. Robert Fredrickson, author of Magnesium Answers, and I am here today at People's Pharmacy in Austin, Texas, to talk about a super popular supplement, but can be confusing sometimes, called magnesium. Now, magnesium is really popular today, but it can be confusing because you've heard so many different brands and different products out there with different forms or types, and you may be confused on which form to take and why. So, magnesium is important because it helps us with stress, sleep, cardiovascular function, and it's one of the minerals that is highly deficient in today's society. It is estimated that 50 to 75% of adult Americans are deficient in this mineral. But why does this matter? Because magnesium is involved in over 1,000 different biochemical enzymatic reactions that occur every single second of every single day. So without magnesium, it's like operating a machine with the power off. Now, magnesium helps us with cardiovascular function. It helps relax our circulatory intervasculature and allows circulation to increase. It allows us to help with hypertension issues, high blood pressure issues. It allows us to help with our heart rates and help with arrhythmias. It also helps with brain function. If we're having concentration issues, trouble memorizing things, or trouble recalling certain things or events that happened in the past, it could be because we don't have enough magnesium to fulfill these energy requirements. If we have sleep issues, if we're tossing and turning at night, this can also be a sign of magnesium deficiency. And if we're having a lot of more stress or ability to deal with stress, this can also be a sign of magnesium deficiency. So magnesium is involved in so many different reactions, yet we are in an uphill battle to get enough through our diet. We can be doing all the things that we think are right, like eating a whole foods diet and living a healthy lifestyle, but yet not getting enough magnesium to meet our needs. Some reasons why this may be happening is that there's soil decline, meaning some of the foods that we're eating today may not have as much magnesium and other micronutrients as they once did 50 to 80 years ago. Also, food processing, which is highly prevalent in today's modern societies, strips out a lot of the vital magnesium from the processing phase. So we're in an uphill battle to get enough from our diets, but on top of it off, there's also depleting factors. Stress. Stress depletes magnesium. It's actually one of the first minerals that gets depleted. Alcohol, caffeine intake, which are highly common. These also can excrete magnesium at a higher rate. Other medications like proton pump inhibitors, thiazide diuretics, and even beta blockers can block or hinder the absorption of magnesium. Also, healthy endeavors like working out. We think these are healthy endeavors, and they are, but acutely they raise up our adrenaline and catecholamine production, which can go through more magnesium. And also, if we're sweating or working out in hot, humid environments where we excrete a lot of sweat, magnesium is also an electrolyte, so we can actually lose some magnesium throughout the sweating process. So with all these factors at play, with all the diet and soil issues that we have today in today's society, we're really in an uphill battle to get enough magnesium from our diet alone. So that makes supplementation even more warranted with all these different things aside. So now that we've talked about depleting factors and when to take, when we should take a supplement, what form do we take? Because there are many different supplements out there in the marketplace. So I want to go over some of the common types of magnesium forms to make you a more educated consumer and to find a magnesium that works for you, that you can stay in optimal balance for life. So one of the most common forms of magnesium is called magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate, or bisglycinate, two different terms or listings for the same form, is a very calming type of magnesium. Magnesium in general is very calming to the nervous system, but when you pair it with something synergistically, like glycine, which is neuroinhibitory, you have a synergistic calming effect. So glycine, magnesium glycinate, is very beneficial for those who are struggling with chronic stress or anxiety or sleep issues like insomnia or even restless legs. So it helps calm down the nervous system, helps us get into a state of parasympathetic activity, which allows us to rest and digest. Magnesium malate. So this is a form. Malate is part of the Krebs cycle, part of energy production. And so magnesium is also required for ATP production. So without enough ATP, our cellular currency, we can't do all these basic functions that we have to do on a daily basis. So magnesium malate is great for muscle pain, tension, spasm, It helps buffer lactic acid, helps oxygenate our muscle tissue better, and allows us to have less of this nagging, annoying muscle pain that can trouble so many people. And also people that suffer from chronic fatigue and also fibromyalgia have seen benefits from taking a form like magnesium malate. Next on the list is magnesium citrate. So this is a form that a lot of people use for constipation. Magnesium citrate is great for allowing more water to enter the bowels. It has an osmotic effect and it ionizes in the gut. So basically it breaks apart and allows stool to pass through the bowels more effectively. People who are on weight loss medications like semaglutide under the GLP-1 classification have seen a lot of benefit from taking forms like magnesium citrate because they help move stool more effectively. Now, another one that helps with constipation is called magnesium oxide. So this is a form that is widely available. It's more affordable than all the other ones, but it has a very short absorption profile. It's got a high elemental magnesium value, but it doesn't get absorbed as well. But this form has some benefits for constipation. There are actual blends of citrate and oxide together, which are great for people who struggle with sluggish bowel movements and constipation. Another form that I want to talk about is a topical form called magnesium chloride. So this can be beneficial for people who may have malabsorption issues. Maybe they have trouble, digesting certain pills. Maybe it's a younger child, or maybe it's more for an acute muscle soreness. Magnesium chloride is a transdermal application in which you can spray or apply a gel to the body to allow magnesium to get inside your system more effectively. Magnesium sulfate, this is Epsom salt. So this can be effective for people who maybe have younger kids, or maybe they like to unwind in a bath after a long day of work or a stressful situation. So this is another way to get magnesium inside your cells. It's not as well absorbed as chloride, but it does have some effects. And I've been known to do these a couple times per week and also provide some Epsom salt in my cold plunge and also my younger kids' bath, because I want to get magnesium to their system as easily and effectively as possible. Another form called magnesium taurine is a form that combines the amino acid taurine, or magnesium taurate combines the amino acid taurine. So this form is great for cardiovascular health. It can be to improve palpitations, arrhythmias, hypertension. Also, people take this one. Sometimes they have it in more energizing form. But again, don't get confused on when to take some of these forms, because I've seen several people take malate at night or malate in the morning. So really find what works for you and stick with it. But in general, if you're looking for a calming effect, glycinate is probably the most calming and beneficial at night, malate in the morning. But there are a lot of nuance to that. So last but not least is a form that I particularly love for when I'm trying to concentrate or trying to dig deep into a research article. It's called magnesium threonate. So this is a form that readily crosses the blood-brain barrier. This form has been studied extensively for memory issues, concentration issues, cognitive decline, and even Alzheimer's. So this form combines magnesium with threonic acid, which readily crosses the brain, and it's got a lot of different clinical studies for improving memory, cognition, and word processing. All right, so now that we've gone over the most common types of magnesium, I sometimes get asked, well, can I just have all of those? I need all of the benefits of that. And so I want to go over the blends. So there's a lot of different blends in the marketplace today. And I say it's great to try a blend. If you're trying a blend, look for 2 to 3 forms in one product. Sometimes in blends that have a lot, you're just getting a small amount of each. Not to say those are bad. If that big blend product is working for you, that's fine. Stick with it. But in my opinion, in my experience, smaller blends are better. Now, troubleshooting. So maybe you're taking a magnesium form and you've been doing this for a long time, and maybe it's not doing the same effect as it once did. It's fine to switch up the form. It's fine to switch up the brand to get the effect that you once desire and need before. So also speak with somebody. People's Pharmacy, for example, has several locations throughout the Austin area. They have dedicated nutrition consultants to help you along your way.